You know what? I did feel like it was basketball no matter what, and I was told a lot of times that basketball, isn't a real job unless you go to the NBA, and it's super unlikely, and you need to set your expectations for something else. But, a few years from now, 5-10 years from now, basketball is probably not going to be a part of your life, so you might need to focus on something else. Honestly, I thought I was going to the NBA. But I guess I didn't really realize that basketball was going to be such a big part of my life after my playing career was over.
Yeah. Basketball, man, everybody, as a kid, I wanted to go to the NBA for sure. I wanted to be that top. I wanted to be LeBron James, whoever it was. I just wanted to be at that higher level. I feel like it took me a while to realize that I'm not like, there's a lot of good basketball players. I'm glad that I kept my head down and played basketball for a while, because I wouldn't have met my teammates, my friends, and everybody that's been around me throughout the journey. But I can say that I'm proud of who I became through basketball and what basketball made me just as a person, and what it's taught me through the coaches and different mentors that I've met.
Coaching means a lot to me. Coaching is my opportunity to give back to the world. Really, my main goal is to be the person that I wish I had when I was young. I think I need a second, man, actually.
My background out of basketball, I'm originated from, my family was born in South Sudan, but I was born in Arizona. So I was born and raised in Arizona. It's been an adventure, like house to house, getting evicted, everything. It was a cycle, but my favorite thing about basketball, it distracts me from everything else. It distracts me from the outer world, distracts me from what's going on around me. And I just love basketball because it brings me at peace. That's the best way to say it. It brings me at peace, and it shows me a different lifestyle.
Originally, I didn't play basketball. I didn't start playing basketball until I was in 8th grade because I had a growth spurt. I played baseball. My dad played in the major leagues, but then I found the sport of basketball, and I really just fell in love with it.
When I first started with Coach Jensen, I nearly didn't have no confidence. And by the time I was done with Coach Jensen, my confidence is up high. I had about 4 in-game dunks. When I first started with Coach Jensen, I didn't never think I could get an in-game dunk. And then, boom, my junior summer.
Did it again, got me on 10, got me on 10, got me on 10, got me on 10.
So the AZGorillaz are a team full of kids that are really hungry for more. It's kids that are playing on their high school teams already, but they really want to put in the time and the effort to take basketball to the next level. And so I work with a lot of kids from various schools in the Phoenix area, all around Arizona. And we come together, we have practices, we play in tournaments. And I'm really trying to teach these kids how to be better basketball players, but more importantly, how to be better men.
More than a coach, he's a person too. He'll really get you on a personal level. And I think that's what's the best about him is he doesn't care about you only as a player, but he cares you about as a person too.
He's so selfless. I've never met anyone that is so dedicated. I'm crying, sorry. But it's really inspiring to be around. You don't really, you hear people say they love basketball, but he breathes basketball, when we're at home, he's just consistently looking at clips of his boys. How can they improve?
Got me on 10, got me on 10, got me on 10.
These kids are coming from a lot of various backgrounds. A lot of my guys struggle financially and come from divided homes, and some of them, come from broken homes where they don't always have support. And so for a lot of these guys, they've expressed to me that coming to practice is kind of their safe space.
Yeah, the Gorillaz, they're inner city, kind of. They're central Phoenix located. So those kids are seeing a bit of everything where they're at. And I think Jake provides them a really great opportunity to kind of just go hoop and be a part of a family. Maybe some of these kids don't have a nuclear family, maybe coming from a broken home or something like that. And I definitely see the Gorillaz as a safe space for a lot of these kids to come and just hoop.
So a lot of the kids on the team, a lot of them obviously come from areas that they've either had to struggle growing up or they're currently struggling.
Like there's a lot of people, like he'll do so much for the team. Like last year when I was playing with the GORILLAZ, like some people wouldn't pay. Like he would offer money up for them. Like, and he wasn't making a lot of money off the tournaments, which he should be, you know what I mean? Because he's putting all this effort and his time in. But he was really like, he was like cutting even. But it didn't really matter because he was giving everybody an opportunity to play because he knew like that was what's best for them.
You know, I'm doing a lot of extra work, but I'm not making extra money from doing it. I'm not, you know, charging the kids so that I can have more money. Like everything that I charge the kids goes into paying our gym fees and going into the tournament fees. And a lot of that has been coming out of my pocket too. And so that's been a difficult transition going from being single to being a married man and having a family and, you know, wanting to have kids in the next couple of years in the near future is trying to balance the finances and figure out how to not have it all come out of my pocket, but still provide a great opportunity for these kids and not have to switch my demographic to where I'm only catering to kids that have parents that have a lot of money.
I'm overly grateful that God brought him into my life, and I'm glad that we've crossed paths because he's really helped me become the man I am today.
Look, saints versus sinners, the poor versus riches, top ramen place versus 5-star dinners. Wonder why I fit it, the humblest beginnings. Had to take some losses before I saw my first.
I think my convictions are so strong to work with these kids because I understand the positive and the negative side of what basketball and what sports can do for a person. I understand what it's like to have your confidence destroyed, to have the game taken away from you, to go through suffering, injuries, and going through mental hurdles and going through these tough things in life. And I also understand what it's like to finally succeed after all that.
You know, I think that's why he retains a lot of kids, because they feel something a little different about Jake and how he treats them. You know, a lot of his players don't play high school basketball, which blows my mind in a way. But, you know, they're not really getting a positive experience through it. But they all come back to their GORILLAZ, you know, and they all find a way to practice.
To be honest, I don't know why he cares so much. Like not in a negative way I'm saying it, but I don't. He's just so caring. I think it's just his nature, like not to like give up on people.
I really just wanted to thank Michelle for everything that she's done, for your belief in me, for your belief in the kids, for your love in the kids, for your love in me, driving kids to games, driving me to games when I didn't have a car, driving me to practice when I didn't have a car.
I know, no such thing as playing both sides. I know, life is better in a dope ride. I know.
You know, their jerseys, I made them jerseys 2 years ago. They have practice jerseys, right? Mesh practice jerseys that I made them, you know, and so I would say some funding would go a long way for the GORILLAZ. I would love to see them in some nice jerseys at some point. You know, no offense, but their jerseys are a little ragged. But it's because they've been used, you know.
And then the final touch is I'll put the secret ingredients on there, a little bit of tea tree oil, a little bit of lemon oil, just to keep the jersey smelling fresh.
In the low time, music better amplified, stand down for upsides. I know.
I'm coaching a game in 1 minute, it says, on court number 1. If you guys want to go watch that, that'd be great. You guys should definitely stay together though. Develop some chemistry, and don't have it just be like the West, you guys and everybody else. Like, mix it up, get to know each other, all right? That's just gonna make us a better team out here. All right, here we go. Together on 3. 1, 2, 3, together. Great game.
I think if he continues to grow this, he's already talked about it, like moving outside of just Arizona, like going to Cali and everything, and that made me like smile. It was like, that's awesome, you know what I'm saying? That's something big. Like, this isn't a big organization. This is him, his brand, you know what I'm saying? This is him, and he's gonna. I think in a couple of years, if he continues it, he'll grow it.
I've been trying to get so many people to play for this team. Like, I've been communicating to all these younger guys. I'm like, go play for the GORILLAZ, man. Coach Jay, he's starting something, I promise you.
When I look back at AZGorillaz, Coach Jensen, I would think about how I would handle adversity and how I can tell others to how to handle adversity and just keep going, even though even there's an obstacle, to go over it, around it, find a way, because losers find reasons and winners find ways.
Coach Jensen, I think he kept a lot of different kids. He gave a lot of different kids opportunities. That's a good way to say it. Like kids that may not see nothing in themselves, he gave them opportunities. He showed us what a brotherhood is.
A lot of us have these dreams, and you know, there's always that fear that we might not achieve our dreams. We might not make it, we might not reach our goals. And I think that stops a lot of people from actually trying to become what we were meant to become in life. And I just want to know that at the end of this, that I've really given everything that I can do to try to make my dream a reality.
Hey, you're good, you're good, good D, you're good. Keep playing. Hey, just keep playing, you're good.
And try to make the dreams of these kids a reality where, you know, I've given my whole heart, I've given, you know, the resources that I do have, the time that I do have, the energy that I do have into trying to create something that I wish I would have had when I was a kid. I think these people need somebody that they know actually cares about them as a human being and as a person, more than just a basketball player. And of course I want to help these guys become better at basketball. That's what we do, that's what we spend so much time and so much energy on, but it's way deeper than that. I want to just know that I still have a relationship with these kids and that what I did truly mattered.
We're back here at Imagine Schools Cortez Park, and this is really where it all started for the AZGorillaz. We had a lot of hungry kids in this gym, just really working, grinding, and at that time I couldn't really see how big it was going to become. I thought it was just going to be a group of friends that got together and played some games, and you know, here we are 4 years later, and I've still got a lot of those same kids in the program, and it's really grown to be, you know, a tool that God's allowed me to change the lives of young men and really just pour into them and do what I love to do and just connect with my community through this experience. It's surreal sometimes, you know, it doesn't even seem like it's reality. A lot of times it feels like a dream, you know, what's happened over the last 4 years and what's about to happen in the future.
I wish we could clone him and have, you know, 10 more AZGorilla programs, because that's what we need is people doing it like how he's doing it.
I'm 34 years old. Why am I spending so much time on this? Do I believe in myself? I miss being a player. I miss having free time. Maybe I'm not good enough. A program that's more established. Maybe I'm not qualified. More well known. What I'm doing has purpose. It has meaning. It has fulfillment. I love having fun with the kids. I love being around these guys. These guys are my family. Family. I don't want to give up on what I've started and what these kids have started and what we've built together. And it would be a lot easier for me to just go join another program, for me to go coach somewhere that's already established, where there's more money in it. But I just feel really passionate. I feel like God's called me to work with a certain set of kids. And even though it's the harder road, that's the road that I'm going to keep taking. I think I'm going to look back at this time where I had like no money, no resources, no vehicle, you know, cheap jerseys, like material things we don't really have a lot of right now. But I think one day I'm going to look back and be most proud that I didn't give up. Be most proud that I didn't give up on the kids and that the kids didn't give up on me and that we stuck it out and created something great together. Something that people who aren't a part of the program maybe don't realize or maybe can't see. But just that we've created these moments together where guys are achieving more than they thought they ever could. Guys are breaking through their limits. These players are growing as young men and as individuals, and we're forming this brotherhood. I think hopefully 10 years from now, the thing that I would be most proud of is that I still keep in touch with those kids and that we still have a relationship and a bond and a brotherhood.
Never switch on the homies in the day ones. They didn't wanna open doors, so we made some. Take a bow on these haters like I'm Trey Young. That direct deposit hitting like a bass drum. Incoming, coming, coming, coming. Keep it incoming, coming, coming, coming. Keep it incoming. Never switch on the that I came up with. No new friends with the same old clique.